I lay in unrest, old thoughts of pain that I struggled in vain to smother. Like midnight specters haunted my brain, dark fantasies chased each other. When lo, a figure, who might it be? A tall fair figure stood near me. Who might it be? An unreal banshee, or an angel sent to cheer me? Though years have rolled since then, yet now my memory thrillingly lingers on her awful charms, her waxen brow, her pale translucent fingers, her eyes that mirrored a wonder world, her mien of unearthly mildness, and her waving raven tresses that curl to the ground in beautiful wildness. Whence comest thou, spirit? I asked, methought thou art not one of the banished. Alas for me, she answered not, but rose aloft and vanished. And her radiance like to a glory beamed in the light she left behind her. Long time I wept, and at last me dreamed I left my shielding to find her. First I turned to the thunderous north, to Grugach's mansion kingly, and touching the earth I then sped forth to Inverloch and the shingly and shining strand of the fishful earth, and thence to Cralgan the golden, of whose resplendent palace ye learn so many a marvel olden. I saw the mourners' billows flow, I passed the walls of Shenedy, and stood in the hero-thronged guard-row, embossed amid greenwood shady, and visited that proud pile that stands above the Boyne's broad waters, where Angus dwells with his warrior bands, and the fairest of Ulster's daughters. To the halls of Maclear, to Creegro's height, to Tara the glory of Erin, to the fairy palace that glances bright on the peak of the blue sea Knockfearin. I vainly hide, I went west and east, I travelled seaward and shoreward, but thus was I greeted in field and at feast. Thy way lies onward and forward. At last I reached, I wist not how, the royal towers of Ivel, which under the cliff's gigantic brow still rise without a rival. And here were Thomond's chieftains all, with armor and swords and lances, and here sweet music filled the hall, and damsels charmed with dances. And here at length on a silvery throne, half seated, half reclining, with forehead white as the marble stone, and garments so starrily shining, and features beyond the poet's pen, the sweetest, saddest features appeared before me once again. That fairest of living creatures. Draw near, O mortal, she said with a sigh, and hear my mournful story. The guardian spirit of Erin am I, but dimmed is mine ancient glory. My priests are banished, my warriors wear no longer victories garland, and my child, my son, my beloved heir, is an exile in a far land. I heard no more, I saw no more. The bands of slumber were broken, and palace and hero and river and shore had vanished and left no token. Dissolved was the spell that had bound my will and my fancy thus for a season, but a sorrow therefore hangs over me still, despite of the teachings of reason.